Now, as you can see in front of us up here, we are going to be going through some very tight spaces. So I do ask you keep anything you'd like to keep inside the wagon. Hands, feet, arms, legs, head, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. Kids are optional. Feel free to pitch it.
Tight squeeze there.
Wow. That's so tight. It's so pretty. Wow.
All right, here we go. Everybody suck in and get skinny.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's so pretty.
And who?
Oh, wow.
This here is called the Indian Ceremonial Chamber, also known as Congress Hall. And it was used years ago by the Winnebago Indians. As the chief of the tribe used to stand on that big ledge right over there, talk to the rest of the tribe congregated right down here where we're at. Now, I'm not sure what they were discussing here back then, but personally I think it had something to do with plans for a casino. You know why they call it Ho Chunk, right? You go there, you lose the Ho Chunk.
That's funny.
Now I know.
You can't say you weren't warned now, all right?
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Hey, did you guys know I taught my horses tricks? I've taught him several tricks. Would you like to see the first one I ever taught him? All right, here we go. Ready? Dig, duck. Good job. You know what was the easiest trick I ever taught him? He learned it right like that.
So pretty.
Well, the canyon here was formed around 14,000 years.
Whoa.
You ready for this?
Yes, we are.
Boys, second gear. Nice smooth automatic. Got a 2 horsepower motor, comes equipped with 8-hook drive and a dual exhaust system, which is known to backfire on occasion, so y'all might want to watch out for that, especially in the front row. Probably not the best day to wear that shirt, buddy, just saying. Don't worry though, I did put the mufflers on there, they help. Those also work as airbags in the wagon. You do notice too, we have a little water flowing through here. We are prone to flash floods down here. We get an inch of rain in an hour equals about a foot of water coming through these narrows. Boys. Now these chambers up through here were formed during that glacial flood 14,000 years ago by whirlpools. As we go through here, if you look up, you can actually see how the cyclonic action water cut right down through the layers.
Wow, that's so pretty here. Look, wow.
That's how you look underneath the ground. That's how it looks.
So amazing.
There, go. Come on, boys. Way down. Hup. Folks, at this point, the canyon does split into 2 sides. We're going to start on the left-hand side here. We'll come back and go up the right. As we go up here, though, I want to point out that tree laying down the hill there. You all see that one? Yeah. For size, it is one of the tallest trees we have in the canyon, over 100 feet tall, growing right out of the corner of that cliff. Wow. Looks like a little breeze might bring it right down on up the top of us, doesn't it? Yeah. That tree's a white pine, and typically they grow about a foot a year. That means that tree's been hanging out of the corner of that cliff now for better than 100 years. It's able to do that because the roots are as long as the tree is tall, going right straight back through the layers of rock. If you notice these 2 small ones right here, you can see they don't even need dirt to grow. They're just growing right straight out of the rock. Oh. They're able to do that because the rock here is gift shops and expensive water parks. Exactly right. Now the rock through here is called Cambrian Potsdam sandstone, formed during the Cambrian era just before the Jurassic period of the dinosaurs. At that time, there was a shallow sea covering this part of the land, and each layer of rock you see represents about 1,000 years of sedimentation. Now, when we're talking about layers, we're not talking about the real thin, fine, what they call feather layers. We're talking about, like, if you look at the bottom, see how it's got one angle? You go up a little bit, and the angle changes, and then up higher yet, it changes again. Every time the rock changes grooves, it's about every 1,000 years. This particular type of sandstone is only found 3 places in the world. Here in southwest Wisconsin, an area in upstate New York, and in Potsdam. I love watching Duke run because he's just so uncoordinated. You guys want to hear more about my boys up here? Yeah. All right. Dick and Duke here are what they call dapple gray Percherons. Now, the Percheron breed of draft horse originated from France. There's 2 basic kinds of Percherons. There's dapple gray Percheron and black Percheron. Both are born black. However, with the dapple grays, the older they get, the whiter they get. These guys are 15 years old. By the time, you see they only got a little bit of gray left on their legs there. Now, if you want to know how old they'd be if they were people, like with dogs, you take the age times 7, right? With horses, it's 3. So these guys here are 15. If they were people, they'd be 45. That's right. Now, does anybody feel sorry for my 2 fellas up here happen to pull this heavy wagon all day long? Yeah, well, y'all are the ones who bought the tickets. You're making them do the work. Each.
Wow.
Together as a team, they can pull up to 20 tons on wheels. Now, that sounds like a lot, right? Let me put it in perspective for you. Anybody here happen to drive semi-truck? You all see the big semi-trucks up there, right? Department of Transportation states a fully loaded semi-truck cannot exceed 80,000 pounds. Now that's the truck, the trailer, and the full load inside, 80,000. 80,000 is the same as 40 tons. My boys can pull 20 tons, half of one of those big rigs, fully loaded. In fact, if I hook that other team that's down Tickabooth on with these guys, they can pull the whole works, the truck, the trailer, and the full load. The job these 2 are doing right now is like you, ma'am, pulling one of them little red wagons, a couple gallons of milk to the glue factory for my boys. All right? These guys here will have life in the lap of luxury. They get turned out to pasture, they spend the rest of their natural days eating hay, rolling in the dirt. See, the owner here feels these horses work and spend their whole lives taking care of him and his family. The least he can do is take care of them and let them live out their natural lives. It's not a bad union contract, is it? You work 15 minutes, you get a 5-minute break. You work 5 months out of the year and you get 7 months vacation time. You get room and board, health, eye, and dental, and a retirement plan. I think we all wish we could find jobs like that. Oh, and ladies, I almost forgot. Every 4 to 6 weeks, they get a free mani-pedi.
Come on.
Comes from a short Amish guy, but that still counts, right? There's mares down here anymore. Because the way they're built, they tend to fill the bags with more than just food, so it got kind of messy. So now we don't have mares here anymore. We don't do any more breeding. We get all of our horses from a huge horse auction they have every spring and fall in Waverly, Iowa. Now we do have a dinosaur down here. His name is not Barney. Oh, thank God. He is a brontosaurus, so he looks more like Dino out the Flintstones. You guys know who Dino is, right? One of the long-necked dinosaurs. Take a look right over there. You can see him, his body going right on up through his neck and his head. Got some pine needles on his nose there. Y'all see Dino over here?